Welcome. If this book found its way into your hands, and this music found its way into your ears, I want to thank you for showing up. Not just for the book, not just for the playlist, but for yourself. When No One Can Hold You was written for the woman who's carried too much in silence. The woman who has smiled through exhaustion. The woman who has felt alone in rooms full of people. The woman who has wanted to run, wanted to disappear, wanted to be understood, wanted to be softer, but did not always have a safe place to land. This work was created as a healing experience. The book gives language to the emotional patterns, the wounds, the survival responses, and the quiet truths many women carry, but do not always know how to name. But sometimes, words alone are not enough. Sometimes the body needs sound. Sometimes the heart needs rhythm. Sometimes the nervous system needs music to help move what the mind has finally understood. That is why this companion playlist was created. Each song is intentionally aligned with a chapter of the book. Each track was made as a chapter prescription, not to keep you in the pain, but to help lift you through it. After you read a chapter, come to the matching song. Let the music help you process what the chapter opened. Let the sound hold what feels tender. Let the rhythm move what feels stuck. Let the lyrics speak to the part of you that is ready to release, remember, and rise. This is your invitation to experience the book in a deeper way. Read slowly. Listen with intention. Pause when you need to. Journal if something rises. Breathe when your body asks for space. And most of all, do not rush your healing. You are not here to perform transformation. You are here to be held through it. Thank you for receiving this work. Thank you for honoring the full experience. And thank you for choosing to meet yourself with more softness, more truth, and more love than before. Welcome to When No One Can Hold You, the chapter prescription playlist. Let the reset begin. I was never too much. I was just overflowing in rooms too small to hold me. I've been carrying storms in a silk dress, smiling through the ache in my chest. Everybody needs me to be strong, but who gon' hold me when I'm left? I've been Mother Mirror medicine, I've been home when I had no home. I've been praying in the bathtub, turning all my tears to gold. Don't tell me to calm down. I am the ocean learning her name. Don't tell me I'm broken. I'm just soft where I survived the flames. Hold me like water. Don't quit, just let me float. Love me like sunrise, warm where the dark got cold. I don't need a savior, oh, I need somewhere safe to grow. Hold me like water and watch me turn to gold. Brooklyn in my backbone, island in my bloodline, baby on my hip now, dream still on divine time. I made a village out of silence, built a garden from the grief. Every wound became a doorway, every prayer became a seed. Don't call me dramatic, I'm ancestral rain. Don't say I'm too sensitive, I feel what the world won't name. Hold me like water, don't quit, just let me flow. Love me like sunrise, warm where the dark got cold. I don't need a savior, I need somewhere safe to grow. Hold me like water and watch me turn to gold. I am not the wound, I am not the waiting, I am not the woman begging to be chosen in her own life. I am the river, I am the ritual, I am the mother and the miracle. Hold me like water, soft hands, steady soul. Meet me at the shoreline where the broken women glow. I don't need a savior, I need room to unfold. Hold me like water and watch me turn to gold. I came back to myself. When no one can hold you. A healing workbook for women navigating heartbreak, confusion, motherhood, rejection, and the pain of being unheld. Janessa Rose Perez. Copyright. This expanded edition was prepared for print interior use, all rights reserved. No part of this publication may be reproduced or transmitted in any form without written permission from the author, except for brief quotations and reviews or educational discussion. Interior prepared in a 6x 9-inch format for trade paperback. Publication. Page 2. Dedication. For the woman who has been strong for too long. For the woman who feels alone in crowded rooms. For the woman who has had to mother herself while learning how to mother others. For the woman who has been called too much when she was really carrying too much alone. For the woman who has wanted softness, safety, tenderness, and somewhere real for her inner world to land. This book is for you. Page 3. Introduction. There are pains that do not always look dramatic from the outside, yet quietly shape a woman's entire life from within. The pain of being unheld is one of them. To be unheld is not only to be unsupported. It is to live with the ache of not being fully met in the places where you most hope to lean in. It is to feel emotionally alone in relationships, in families, in motherhood, in love, in crowded rooms, and sometimes even within yourself. It is the kind of pain that can make a woman harden, overgive, over-explain, shut down, lash out, lose herself, or begin questioning whether she is simply too much. This book was born from that ache. It was born from the reality that many women are not falling apart because they are weak. They are exhausted, confused, and emotionally burdened, because they have had to carry heartbreak, rejection, confusion, disappointment, motherhood, and invisible labor without enough tenderness, understanding, or support coming back toward them. They are surviving inner pain with very little language for what is happening to them. And when there is no language, there is often shame. This book is here to interrupt that shame. When no one can hold you, is for the woman who feels alone in crowded rooms, overwhelmed in her inner world, and burdened by the ache of being unheld. It is for the woman who wants to understand what has happened inside her. It is for the woman who has had to mother herself while becoming a mother. It is for the woman who has learned how to survive, but now wants to heal. It is for the woman who is ready to stop calling her wounds her personality. These pages name what many women carry in silence. The loneliness of being unseen, the urge to withdraw when life feels too heavy, the shame of feeling like too much, the anger that forms when old wounds keep getting touched, the depletion of pouring from a dry well, the way rejection lives in the body, the postpartum ache of becoming a mother while still needing mothering, and the difficult, beautiful return to softness after survival. This is not a book about becoming perfect. It is not a book that asks women to deny what hurt them. And it is not a book that tries to turn pain into something decorative or easy. It is a book about truth. The truth that some women were never too much. They were unheld. The truth that some forms of anger or grief that never had enough room. The truth that some forms of withdrawal are not laziness, but pain with nowhere to go. The truth that a woman can love deeply and still feel stranded inside her own life. The truth that healing often begins when she stops judging what developed in her and starts understanding why it did. This book is also an offering toward restoration, not the kind that comes from quick answers or forced positivity, but the kind that comes from language, reflection, self-holding, emotional honesty, and the slow rebuilding of an inner life that has gone too long without enough care. If you are here, you may already know the ache this book is naming. You may already know what it feels like to want support and not know how to ask for it. To love people who cannot fully meet you. To feel hardened by disappointment. Or to realize that your body has been carrying more than your words have ever said. If that is true, I want you to know this from the beginning. You are not weak for needing to be held. You are not broken because life has affected you deeply. You are not too much because your pain is real. And you are not beyond healing simply because you have been surviving for a long time. This book is not here to rush you. It is here to sit beside you, tell the truth, and help you begin gathering yourself back together. How to use this book. This book is meant to be read slowly. You do not need to rush through it. In fact, it will likely serve you better if you move one chapter at a time and allow the reflections and practices to do their work. Some chapters may feel deeply personal. Some may stir grief, tenderness, anger, memory, or exhaustion. Some may bring relief simply because they finally name something you have felt for a long time. Let this book be a companion, not a task. Each chapter follows the same structure. Opening truth, what this looks like in real life, what is happening internally, the breakthrough. Reflection questions, self-holding practice, and closing passage. You may want to keep a journal beside you as you read. You may want to underline, pause, return, or sit with a single paragraph longer than expected. There is no wrong way to move through this book. This book can be used for private healing and reflection, in women's circles or support spaces, alongside therapy or coaching work, or as a bridge for partners and loved ones who want to better understand the inner world of a woman they care about. If something feels tender, go slowly. If something feels activating, pause. If a prompt does not fit yet, leave it and return later. The point is not to prove that you are healed. The point is to tell the truth about what has been living in you and begin meeting it with more compassion, clarity, and care. How to use the emotional scale. Before or after a chapter, pause and notice where you are emotionally. The scale is not here to judge you. It is here to help you identify what your body and inner world may be asking for in that moment. If you are in a more constricted state, let the book slow you down. If you're in a more open state, let the book deepen your clarity. The goal is not to force yourself upward. The goal is to meet yourself honestly. Then choose the kind of care that supports you best from there. As you move through the pages, ask yourself 3 simple questions. What state feels closest to where I am today? How does it show up in my body? What kind of support would help me feel 5% steadier, softer, or more resourced? You can return to the scale whenever a chapter stirs something in you. It is a companion, not a test. The emotional frequency and nervous system scale. 1. Numbness. Shut down. Emotionally distant, flat, disconnected, heavy. In the body, low energy, fog, heaviness, withdrawal. Nervous system, freeze, collapse, conservation. What may help? Warmth, rest, nourishment, very gentle support. Despair, hopelessness, emotionally defeated, stranded, deeply sad, unable to imagine relief. In the body, collapsed posture, heaviness in the chest, low breath, tears near the surface. Depletion, overwhelm, shut down. What may help? Comfort, reassurance, practical support, less isolation. Exposed, embarrassed, defective, too much, not enough. In the body, heat in the face, stomach knots, throat tightness, urge to hide. Contraction, freeze, fawn, self-silencing. What may help? Compassion, truth, non-judgment. Worried, scanning, insecure, unsettled, anticipating pain. In the body, shallow breath, racing heart, tight chest, stomach drop. Restlessness, fight or flight, hypervigilance, overthinking. What may help? Grounding, slower breathing, present time orientation. Emotionally, charged, sharp, resentful, reactive, inflamed. In the body, heat, clenched jaw, tight shoulders, buzzing energy, fight, activation, mobilization. What may help? Space, truth, boundary clarity. Aching, tender, longing, heavy-hearted. In the body, chest ache, tears, fatigue, hollow feeling. Wave-like activation and collapse, emotional flooding. What may help? Room, witness, tears, slowness, comfort. 7. Clarity and acceptance. Aware, honest, grounded, less reactive. In the body, steadier breath, less tension, more inner space. Increasing regulation, more access to choice. What may help? Concernment, honest next steps. 8. Compassion. Settled. Safe. Quiet. Receptive. Clear. In the body, relaxed jaw, loose shoulders, grounded belly. Warmth. Nervous system. Rest and digest. Openness. What may help? Protection, rhythm, gratitude. Chapter 1. Alone in crowded rooms. For the woman who feels surrounded but emotionally unseen, pause and check in. Before you read, notice where you are on the emotional scale today. You do not need to change it. You only need to meet it honestly. State. What I most need. What this looks like in real life. Being alone in crowded rooms can look like many things. It can look like being the woman everyone calls strong while no one asks what it costs you to stay standing. It can look like having people around you but still feeling like you are translating yourself constantly. Trying to explain why something hurts, why something matters, why your needs are real, why your body is tense, why your sadness is deeper than the moment in front of you. It can look like family gatherings where you are physically present but emotionally invisible. It can look like being in a relationship where you are partnered in form but not truly held in spirit. It can look like being a mother, a daughter, a wife, or a caregiver whose hands are always full while her own inner life goes unattended. Sometimes, it looks like becoming too much in response to being too alone. A woman who has not been held well may become bigger in energy, louder in speech, sharper in truth, more forceful in presence, and less apologetic in the way she takes up space. Part of that may be authenticity, but part of it may also be pain. The pain of having spent too long being rejected, minimized, or forced to fit inside the limited capacities of others. This kind of loneliness often creates contradiction. A woman may want connection while also feeling exhausted by people. She may want to be understood and resent the need to explain herself. She may crave tenderness while presenting with hardness because tenderness has not felt safe to leave exposed. Many women start to believe the problem is simply their personality. They tell themselves they are intense, difficult, dramatic, too deep, too emotional, too reactive, or too sensitive. But often those labels do not name the truth. Often the truth is that they are carrying more emotional reality than the people around them know how to respond to. What is happening internally? When a woman feels alone in crowded rooms, something more than sadness is usually happening. There is often a deeper pattern being formed, repeated experiences of emotional non-needing. This happens when your reality is not fully recognized, when your feelings are too quickly corrected, when your sensitivity is seen as excess instead of information, or when the people you most want to lean into cannot or will not truly hold what you bring. Over time, the body learns from this. It learns that closeness is not always comfort, that family is not always refuge, that presence is not always safety, that being loved does not always mean being understood. When those lessons repeat, the nervous system adapts. It may become braced, guarded, hypervigilant, easily disappointed, emotionally flooded, or quick to harden. A woman in this condition may not even realize how much of her personality has become a response to being unheld. Internally, a painful split can form. One part of her still longs to be reached. Another part is tired of hoping. One part wants to soften. Another part does not trust softness to survive. One part wants to be seen. Another part resents visibility if it does not come with care. This is exhausting. It creates emotional confusion because the woman no longer knows whether she needs closeness, distance, rest, expression, silence, or rescue. Often, she needs some form of all of them. This is also why repeated rejection can make a woman bigger instead of smaller. Sometimes emotional hardening does not look like withdrawal. Sometimes it looks like expansion, becoming more forceful, more outspoken, more intense, more impossible to dismiss. Not because her truest self is aggression, but because the unhealed self may choose impact over invisibility. The breakthrough, the first shift is this. What you became in response to being unheld is not the whole truth of who you are. Your hardness may be real, but it is not the whole story. Your sharpness may be honest, but it is not your only language. Your size, intensity, or emotional force may have protected you, but they may also be carrying grief that was never fully named. The second shift is this. Being alone in crowded rooms is not always a sign that you are too much. Sometimes it is a sign that the love, presence, or support around you has not known how to reach you where you most needed it. This matters because many women spend years trying to reduce themselves in order to fit the capacities of others. Others go in the opposite direction and become larger, sharper, and more forceful. Both strategies are often responses to the same wound. I do not feel met. I do not feel met. The breakthrough is not forcing yourself to become smaller or bigger. It is recognizing the wound under both once you can name that You stop making your pain into a personality flaw. You stop calling yourself difficult when what you have actually been is disappointed, undernourished, emotionally burdened, and unheld. That naming is not the full healing, but it is the beginning of real healing. Reflection, questions. When have I felt most alone while surrounded by others? What kinds of spaces make me feel emotionally unseen or misunderstood? In what ways have I become harder, louder, sharper, or bigger because I did not feel held? What parts of me feel authentic, and what parts feel like survival? What have I been told I am that may actually be a pain response? How have I adapted to the limited capacities of the people around me? What would it mean to stop calling my wound my personality? Self-holding practice. Place one hand on your chest and one on your stomach. Take a slow breath in, then a slower breath out. Say to yourself, I am not too much for feeling deeply. I am not wrong for needing to be met. What hardened in me was trying to protect me. I can honor what protected me without staying trapped inside it. I can tell the truth about where I was hurt. Now complete these sentences in writing. The rooms that made me feel most alone were the version of me that developed to survive those. Rooms became underneath that version of me I still long to be. Closing passage. A woman can be surrounded and still be starving, not for attention, not for noise, not for company, but for attunement, for tenderness, for room for the kind of presence that does not simply look at her, but feels her. If you have lived much of your life alone in crowded rooms, let this be the first truth you carry with you. The pain you feel is real, and the ways you adapted to survive it make sense. But they are not the end of your story. You were never meant to spend your life becoming harder just to remain visible. You were meant to be met. I am not too much. I am learning what I need. Pause. Breathe. Carry this with you. This chapter may have touched the place that felt alone in a room full of people. The place that kept showing up, kept smiling, kept giving, while something sacred inside waited to be noticed. Take a breath. This is not the sound of disappearing. This is the sound of the room inside you opening back up. She walked in with a light low, soft steps on the crowded floor, passed the warmth around the table, then forgot what hers was for. Every laugh became a curtain, every smile became a wall. She was sitting in the middle, feeling nowhere there at all. But beneath the quiet breathing, past the action never named, there was something still alive there. There was something still aflame. Then a drum woke in her ribcage, and the silence split into something ancient clear. It's through like, baby, this room belongs to you. Make room, the light came through. What you tried to hide started blooming too. Make room, the breath came back. The girl who vanished found her body at last. No more standing at the edge of her life, no more dimming down to survive. Make room, make for the woman coming back now. She stopped asking silent circles for permission to arrive. Stopped folding up her spirit just to keep the peace alive. Some rooms only know the version that is useful, calm and small. But she was born with sacred rhythm. She was never meant to crawl. Now the bass is in her shoulders. Now the song is in her spine. Now the air around her changes. When she remembers she is light, then the drum woke in her rib cage, and the silence split in two. Something ancient cleared its throat, like, baby, this room belongs to you. Make room, the light came through. What tried the high started blooming too. Make room, the breath came back. The girl who vanished found her body at last. No more standing at the edge of her life. No more dimming down to survive. Make room, the light came through. Let the bass break every little spell that taught her to shrink when she had something to tell. Let the drums pull the grief from her chest. Let the rhythm put the crown back where it rests. Not loud for attention, not proud for display, just wisdom from places that forgot how to say, welcome back, woman, welcome back, fire, welcome back, voice, welcome back, desire. Make room, the light came through. What tried the high started blooming too. Make room, the breath came back. The girl who vanished found her body at last. No more standing at the edge of her life. No more dimming down to survive. Make room, the light came through. Room for her breath, room for her name, room for her joy, room for her flame, room for her softness, room for her sound, room for the woman coming back now. Let the body remember this. There is no healing in disappearing. There is no peace in abandoning your own presence. The room does not become sacred because everyone sees you. It becomes sacred when you return to yourself inside it. Make room. The light came through. The light came through. Chapter 2. Escaping to nowhere. For the woman who wants relief but cannot find real refuge. Pause and check in. Before you read, notice where you are on the emotional scale today. You do not need to change it. You only need to meet it honestly. State, what I most need. What this looks like in real life. Escaping to nowhere can look subtle from the outside. It can look like lying in bed longer than usual, not because your body is simply tired, but because getting up feels like returning to a life you do not feel resourced to meet. It can look like not answering messages, avoiding calls, canceling plans, or no longer having energy for the things that once felt natural to you. It can look like going through the motions of motherhood, partnership, work, or daily life while feeling emotionally absent from yourself. Your body is present. Your responsibilities are present. But your spirit has retreated. Sometimes this form of escape looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like irritability. Sometimes it looks like sleeping, scrolling, daydreaming, zoning out, emotional numbness, fantasy, or the urge to stay hidden from everyone for a while. There is also often confusion in this state. A woman may not know how to explain what is wrong. She may only know that she feels shut down, far away, unlike herself, or unable to fully return to life with the energy she once had. Escaping to nowhere is painful because there is movement inward, but not yet healing. There is withdrawal, but not restoration. There's the instinct to protect yourself, but not always the tools to know what protection truly looks like. What is happening internally? When a woman begins escaping inward like this, something inside her has often reached a point of overload. This can happen after repeated disappointment, unresolved conflict, loneliness, emotional labor, postpartum depletion, family stress, unsupported partnership, heartbreak, identity loss, or simply too long a season of carrying more than she has been held through. What makes this painful is that the urge to withdraw is often valid. The body and nervous system are trying to create distance from overwhelm. But if a woman has not been taught how to rest, process, receive support, or return gently to herself, that withdrawal can become a place of suspension rather than healing internally. This can feel like fog. It can feel like heaviness, numbness, confusion, sadness, irritability, or a strange emptiness where your spark used to live. You may begin mourning parts of yourself without realizing it. The playful part, the trusting part, the creative part, the softer part, the part that once looked toward life more openly. This state can also come from having no safe place to put your pain, when disappointment has nowhere to land, when grief has no witness, when longing has no answer, and when exhaustion has no real relief. The psyche begins looking for ways to close the doors for a while. Without understanding, a woman may shame herself for shutting down. She may think she is weak or broken, but many times she is responding to a system that has not had enough tenderness, enough room, or enough support to keep stretching without consequence. And the first breakthrough is recognizing that the urge to escape is information. It is your inner world signaling that something is too full, too strained, too disappointed, too lonely, or too depleted to keep operating in the same way. Instead of judging yourself for withdrawing, the invitation is to ask, what am I trying to get away from? And what do I actually need? The answer is often not nothing matters. It is often, I need quiet, I need space, I need support, I need gentleness. I need to be honest about how overwhelmed I am. I need relief that actually restores me. The second breakthrough is understanding that not all escape brings healing. Some forms of escape only numb. Some only delay. Some keep a woman in a loop where she pulls away but never truly replenishes. Healing requires more than retreat. It requires refuge with awareness. This chapter offers the shift from unconscious withdrawal to conscious refuge, naming what is happening, honoring your need for space, and creating small pathways back. The breakthrough is not never wanting to escape again. The breakthrough is learning how to recognize the season you are in, understand the message beneath the withdrawal, and build better ways of moving through it. Reflection, questions. When I want to pull away, what am I usually overwhelmed by? What does escaping look like for me? Do I tend to withdraw into rest, numbness, silence, fantasy, sleep, or something else? What parts of myself feel far away right now? What have I been more? Self-holding practice. Find a quiet place. Even if only for a few minutes, place one hand over your heart and one over your stomach. Breathe in gently, exhale. Slowly. Say to yourself, I'm not wrong for needing relief. My urge to pull away is telling me something important. I do not need to shame my need for space. I can listen to what my inner world is asking for. I can create refuge without abandoning myself. Then journal these 3 sentences. Lately, I have wanted to escape from what I truly need more of is one gentle way I can care for myself today is closing passage. There are seasons when a woman does not need to be pushed harder, interpreted faster, or judged more harshly. She needs room. She needs understanding. She needs somewhere for her inner world to land without being corrected, rushed, or ignored. If you've been escaping to nowhere, let this truth meet you gently. Your withdrawal is not the whole story. It may be the signal that something inside you has gone too long without being heard, held, or restored. And when you begin to understand that, escape can stop being the only language. Your pain knows how to speak. Wanting relief does not make me weak. Pause. Breathe. Carry this with you.
This chapter is for the woman who always felt the urge to run. Even when life was soft, even when nothing was chasing her. Her body still wanted movement. Her spirit still searched for an exit. But sometimes the escape is not from a place. Sometimes it is from the truth waiting inside the body. The duties, the shame, the choices, the old mistakes, the roads that made her shrink. And then one day she realized everywhere she went that she was. So the way out was not a way. The way out was through. She knew the sound of leaving before she knew her name. Feet always looking for a doorway, heart always dodging flame. Even in a gentle season, even under softer skies, something in her kept on running from the life behind her eyes. She tried roads, rooms, new mornings, tried to outrun what she knew. But every place that promised freedom brought the same soul into view. Then the drums came like a warning, then the bass dropped like a prayer. Creator whispered through the shaking, the power is waiting there. I walk through where the only rain. I walk through with the whole sky in my hands. What tried to bury me turned into ground. What tried to break me turned into sound. Walk through, bigger than the fear, bigger than the shame, bigger than the story that tried to hold my name. No more escape, no more disappearing. I walk through, and freedom meets me here. I walk through it. Fire in my feet, truth in my spirit. I walk through it. What I fear became the door. What I lost became the flow. She was not afraid of movement. She was afraid of being still. Afraid to face the quiet room where truth would ask her what was real. Afraid of all the duties, afraid of every role that asked her to get smaller just to keep a broken hole. But feet can be a doorway when the spirit stops to fly. What looked like it would break her was the place that held her light. Then the drums came like a warning, then the bass dropped like a prayer. Creator whispered through the Let the rhythm hit the panic, let the drums split the night. Let the bass shake every shadow that was standing on the light. No more running from the mirror, no more fleeing from the task. No more shrinking from the calling, no more hiding in the past. Every mistake became a teacher, every consequence a road. Every shame she thought would kill her turned to wisdom when it spoke. She was bigger than the heartbreak, bigger than the day, bigger than the rooms where her spirit had to bake. Bigger than the old name, bigger than the fall, bigger than the life that tried to make her small. Through the fire, through the grief, through the trembling underneath, there was freedom in her face and there was power in her feet. Creator did not live her in the middle of the storm. The fear became the doorway and the woman was reborn. I walked through where the only red. I walked through with the whole sky in my head. What tried to bury me turned into ground. What tried to break me turned into sound. Walked through bigger than the fear, bigger than the shame, bigger than the story that tried to hold my name. No more escape, no more disappearing. I walk through, and freedom meets me here. Through it, I walk through it. Fire in my feet, truth in my spirit. Through it, I walk through it. What I feared became the door. No more running, no more hiding. Through it, I walk through it. Freedom meets me on the other side. Let this land. The escape was never the answer. Movement was a message. The fear was not the wall, it was the doorway. The shame was not the end, it was asking to be witnessed. The task was not punishment, it was training for power. The way out was through. Creator left a promise inside the pressure. Growth, elevation, evolution. No more running, walk through. Walk through.
Chapter 3. Not too much, just unheld. For the woman who has confused unsupported feelings with being too much, pause and check in. Before you read, notice where you are on the emotional scale today. You do not need to change it. You only need to meet it honestly. State, what I most need. What this looks like in real life. When a woman believes she is too much, it affects how she moves through nearly everything. She may apologize for her feelings before she even expresses them. She may make herself smaller in relationships, edit her truth, downplay her pain, or act as though her emotional needs are inconvenient, or she may become sharper, louder, and more forceful because somewhere inside she has decided that if she is going to be treated like too much anyway, she may as well stop trying to be easy. Sometimes it looks like compartmentalizing. A woman learns to split herself into parts so she can function. One part goes to work, one part mothers, one part performs strength, one part hides heartbreak, one part stays silent about what she really needs. This can make a woman look highly capable on the outside while feeling fragmented on the inside. She may no longer know how to bring all of herself into one place. Without feeling messy, exposed, or overwhelming, it can also show up in relationships. A woman who's been made to feel like too much may choose people with limited emotional capacity because that pattern feels familiar. She may keep trying to earn deeper love from people who repeatedly show her they do not know how to hold her well. What is happening internally? 29. When a woman has spent much of her life feeling too much, her inner world often becomes organized around shame. She may feel shame for crying too easily, for needing reassurance, for feeling affected by rejection, for still being hurt by things other people appear to move through more easily. or for wanting to be held and emotionally met in deeper ways. But underneath that shame is usually something else: grief, confusion, and unmet emotional magnitude. Big feelings are not the problem by themselves. Feelings need movement, witness, language, structure, and care. When they do not get those things, they can begin to swell, flood, scatter, or become trapped. This is where fragmentation often begins. Instead of understanding the many parts of herself as valid, she begins sorting them into categories: acceptable and unacceptable, lovable and unlovable, manageable and dangerous. Without emotional placement, everything can feel like one giant, overwhelming mass. And when everything feels like too much all at once, it becomes easy to believe that you are too much. The breakthrough begins when a woman stops asking, "What is wrong with me?" and starts asking, "What has been left unsupported inside me?" That question changes shame into curiosity. It allows her to see that what she has called too much may actually be unprocessed heartbreak, unmet tenderness, trapped anger, silenced grief, unsupported transitions, disappointed hope, and younger parts of herself still trying to get someone's attention. Healing does not mean becoming emotionless, smaller, or easier for others. To manage healing means learning how to understand, place, and care for what lives inside you. The movement here is from victim story into mature compassion, not denying what happened to you, but no longer building your whole identity around the injury. This chapter offers the shift from shame to understanding, from 30 fragmentation to placement, and from self-rejection to self-honoring. Reflection questions. What have I been taught to believe makes me too much? Which feelings in me have been most shamed, ignored, or mishandled? When do I become smaller, and when do I become bigger in response to feeling unheld? What parts of me have I learned to compartmentalize in order to function? What story about myself am I ready to release? Self-holding practice. Sit somewhere quiet with a journal and write at the top of the page the parts of me that need holding, or then list the parts without correcting them. One of these parts make me too much, they are asking for understanding, placement, and care. Place your hand over your heart and say, I do not need to reject myself for having depth. I do not need to shame what was never guided well. I can learn to hold my inner world with more wisdom. Closing passage. There is a difference between a woman who is too much and a woman who has been carrying too much without enough support. If you have spent years believing your feelings were the problem, let 31 this chapter interrupt that story. Maybe the problem was never your depth. Maybe it was the absence of enough room, enough witness, enough skill, enough tenderness, enough holding. And maybe healing begins the moment you stop trying to become less and start learning how to bring all.
This chapter was for the women who may have been treated as if she was too big. For the women who was never too much, but was just unheld. And sometimes, what calls you too much is only confessing. It was really just too small, and we mourn for you and pray for you to become free from that lie. And we release and forgive you for being hurt about our bigness. I came with the truth. Too deep in my feelings, too loud in the room. Too many questions, too much fire in my chest. Too hard to control, too hard to impress. So I folded my thunder, I lowered my flame. Tried to be easier, tried to be tame, but shrinking was heavy and silence was cruel. I was not too much, I was just too full. Now I see it, now I know. Some rooms don't stretch, some hearts don't grow. And I feel for the ones who were taught not to rise, who call cages peace and who believes in small lies. Too small, too small, you are too small to hold me. Too low, too close, too scared to know me. I was not the storm that came to destroy. I was the voice you could not avoid. Too small, you were too small to hold me. So I rise, I rise, I rise. Small mind, small room, small love, no truth. Small hands can't hold, big fire, big soul. Small fear, big sky. I won't shrink, I rise. I used to feel guilty for needing more air, for wanting deep love, for wanting real care. But women like me were not born to fit in places that punish the light that we lift. I grieve for the people who never got free, who see something holy and call it too deep. I pray they remember their size in the sun, but I won't go backwards to make them become. Now I see it, now I know. Some rooms don't stretch, some hearts don't grow. And I feel for the ones who were taught not to rise, who call cages peace and who live a small life. Too small, you are too small to hold me. Too low, too close, too scared to know me. I was not the storm that came to destroy. I was the voice you could not avoid. Too small, you were too small to hold me. So I rise, I rise, I rise. If my love is wild, let it bloom. If my voice shakes walls, make more room. If my spirit burns, let it shine. What could not hold me was never my size. No more shade, no more hiding, no more dimming to be invited, no more begging to belong. I was big all along. Too small, you were too small to hold me. Too low, too close, too scared to know me. I was not the storm that came to destroy. I was the voice you could not avoid. Too small, you are too small to hold me. So I rise, I rise, I rise. Small mind, small room, small love, no truth. Small hands can't hold, big fire, big soul. Small fear, big sky. I won't shrink, I rise. Too small, too small to hold me. Let this land. You are not too much. You are not too deep. You are not wrong for needing more room. What could not hold you was not your measure. You were not too much. They were too small.
Chapter 4. The Angry Loop. For the woman tired of being pulled back into the same wound, pause and check in. Before you read, notice where you are on the emotional scale today. You do not need to change it. You only need to meet it honestly. State, what I most need. What this looks like in real life. The angry loop can look like having the same argument in different forms with different people. It can look like feeling instantly charged when someone dismisses you, talks over you, fails to keep a promise, does not show tenderness, avoids accountability. or responds to your pain with explanation instead of care. It can look like hearing yourself get short, hard, clipped, loud, sarcastic, icy, or emotionally cutting before you even fully understand why. Sometimes it looks like resentment. Sometimes it looks like over-explaining. Sometimes it looks like going silent, but staying internally lit up. A woman may appear calm on the outside while mentally circling the wound for hours or days. This loop is especially painful in close relationships because the hope remains alive. We still want them to get it. So when they cannot, the nervous system charges again. What is happening internally? Internally, the angry loop is often a mix of reactivated pain, nervous system memory, unmet longing, and mental rumination. The body does not only respond to what is happening now, it responds to pattern. So when a familiar kind of disappointment appears, the system may react quickly because it already knows what this kind of pain feels like. Underneath the anger, there is often grief. Grief that someone still does not understand. Grief that you have to explain yourself again. Grief that what you need is still not natural to the people you hoped would offer it. There may also be powerlessness. Anger often rises where a woman feels she cannot make someone become more emotionally capable, more present, or more tender than they are. Then rumination keeps the wound active. The mind replays, builds arguments, and circles the injury instead of releasing it. The breakthrough. The first breakthrough is understanding that anger is often a messenger, not the whole message. It may be pointing to a boundary that matters, a wound that is recurring, a need that has gone unseen, or grief that has not been fully honored. The second breakthrough is learning that anger is not the same as power. If it becomes your main emotional position, it can repel tenderness, distort communication, and keep your body in a state of chronic defense. Healing does not mean pretending you are not angry. It means learning how to move through anger without letting it become your identity. The shift this chapter offers is from repetitive re-injury and rumination into emotional discernment, from looping to naming, from being driven by anger to understanding it well, enough to let it point you toward truth, grief, boundaries, and release. Reflection questions. What kinds of situations activate my anger fastest? What old wound gets touched most often when I am angry? What do I keep hoping certain people will finally understand? What pain lives underneath my anger? What boundary may require action instead of more rumination? Self-holding practice. Write this sentence at the top of a page. My anger is trying to protect. Complete it without censoring yourself. Then write, underneath my anger, I am really feeling. Place your hand on your chest and say, my anger makes sense. It is not all of me. I can listen to what it is guarding. I can honor my pain without living inside the loop. Closing passage. Anger is not the enemy, but neither is it the whole truth. If you stay with it long enough, it will often open into something softer and more honest. Hurt, grief, disappointment, longing, powerlessness, or the ache of wanting love to feel safer than it has. And sometimes, the deepest healing is not in winning the argument. It is in leaving the loop. Anger can reveal the wound without becoming my home.
This chapter is for the woman who became fire, because softness had nowhere safe to live. The one they called too angry, too reactive, too dangerous, too much. But nobody asked what the kingdom did before the dragon appeared. Nobody asked who chained the princess inside the tower first. She was soft before the smoke came, gold heart, open hands. Used to sing inside the garden, used to trust the promised land. Then the walls began to whisper, then the rooms began to close. Then the truth became a secret, only fire was allowed to know. So she swallowed every warning till it burned behind her teeth. And the girl they called dramatic turned to thunder underneath. Now the castle tells a story like the monster came from air, but the chains remember everything the kingdom didn't dare. The princess is the dragon, the fire is the wound, the tower is the silence where her softness had no room. The princess is the dragon, the flame is not the lie. The kingdom made a monster, then got scared when she could fly. Let it burn, let it break, let the truth come through. She was never just the anger, she was what the anger knew. The princess is the dragon and the dragon wants to heal. Underneath the fire there's a woman who can feel. Fire out, truth in, chains break, soft skin, stomp down, breathe deep, wake up from the key. Fire out, truth in, chains break, soft skin, no more locked away, let the princess live today. Every time she burned it down, she cried about the ash. Then the guilt became another chain wrapped around her past. Angry that the fire took what the heart still wish could stay. Angry that she lost herself in the heat of yesterday. That's the loop inside the tower, burn, regret, and burn again. Till the woman learned the dragon was protecting her from men. Not just men, but every system, every room that stole her name. Every root that made her smaller, then condemned her for the flame. Now the castle tells the story like the monster came from air, but the change remember everything the kingdom did in there. The princess is the dragon, the fire is the womb, the tower is the silence where her softness had no room. The princess is the dragon, the flame is not a lie. The kingdom made a monster, then got scared when she could fly. Let it burn, let it break, let the truth come through. She was never just the anger, she was what the anger knew. The princess is the dragon and the dragon wants to heal. Underneath the fire there's a woman who can feel. Let the rhythm hit the tower, let the drums unlock the gate. Let the bass shake every secret that was buried under shame. No more guarding empty castles, no more sleeping under chains. No more breathing smoke for people who keep hiding what they made. The loop breaks when truth is spoken, the flame clears when grief can cry. The dragon bows to the princess looks her in the eye and she says, you kept me living, you kept me loud, you kept them back when I could not get out. But we are not the prison, we are not the pain, we are not the story that was written in the name. Fire become wisdom, rage become road, grief become river, carry us home. The princess is the dragon, the fire is the womb, the tower is the silence where her softness had no room. The princess is the dragon, the flame is not a lie. The kingdom made a monster, then got scared when she could fly. Let it burn, let it break, let the truth come through. She was never just the anger, she was what the anger knew. The princess is the dragon and the dragon wants to heal. Underneath the fire there's a woman who can feel. Fire out, truth in, chains break, soft skin, stomp down, breathe deep, wake her from the key. Fire out, truth in, chains break, soft skin, no more locked away, let the princess live today. That this land, the anger was not the whole story. The fire was a messenger, the dragon was a protector. The princess was never gone, she was hidden beneath the smoke. And when the truth finally entered the tower, the chains had nothing left to hold. The kingdom does not get to name her monster anymore. She is not trapped in the loop. She is not only what burned. She is the princess. She is the dragon. And now, she is free.
Chapter 5. When your well runs dry. For the woman who's been pouring from depletion for too long, pause and check in. Before you read, notice where you are on the emotional scale today. You do not need to change it. You only need to meet it honestly. State. What I most need. What this looks like in real life. When a woman's well runs dry, she may still appear functional, she may still do what needs to be done, but internally she feels drained, emotionally flat, or unable to offer what she once gave more. Naturally, she may resent requests that once felt manageable. Small tasks begin to feel heavy, decision-making feels harder, joy becomes harder to access. Rest may not even feel restful at first, because the system has been running beyond capacity for too long. This dryness affects discernment too. A depleted woman may keep saying yes when she needs rest, keep chasing support from people who cannot give it, or keep making choices from urgency rather than wholeness. What is happening internally? Internally, depletion is not only about energy. It is often about emotional overuse without replenishment. A woman's inner water can run low when she has had to hold too much grief, responsibility, disappointment, caretaking, self-control, or life. Without enough gentleness, pouring back in water here represents more than feeling. It represents emotional life, nourishment, softness, inner movement, and the capacity to keep flowing without hardening. When there has been too much output and not enough replenishment, the body and spirit begin conserving emptiness. Often craves immediate relief, and immediate relief is not always real restoration. The breakthrough begins with admitting, I am empty in some places. I cannot keep pretending that I am not. That truth is not failure, it is wisdom. The second shift is learning that replenishment is not indulgence, it is maintenance. It is the refusal to keep using yourself up as though your inner life is endless. This chapter offers the movement from depletion into replenishment. It asks, what fills me? What drains me? What is true restoration for me? Healing here means learning the difference between what numbs and what refills. Reflection questions. Where in my life do I feel emotionally dry? What have I been pouring out that has not been replenished? What drains me most right now? What genuinely restores me? What kind of replenishment do I most need in this season? Self-holding practice. Write 2 lists. What drains my well and what refills my well? Then choose one small, replenishing act for today. Water, rest, sunlight, prayer, stillness, a nourishing meal, help with the baby, silence, music, a bath, a walk, tears, journaling, or saying no. Say to yourself, I do not have to earn replenishment. My well matters. 2, I am allowed to be restored. Closing passage, you cannot keep offering living water from an unattended well. At some point, replenishment becomes an act of truth, not selfishness, not weakness, truth. And truth says this: what keeps others alive you must also be given back to you.
This chapter is for the woman who knows what it feels like to be filled by Creator. The kind of blessing that makes her think of who to lift, who to help, who to bring higher with her. But somewhere along the way, her overflow became expected. What was sacred started getting drained. This is not just exhaustion, this is order. This is the law of the well. Creator poured into her and she ran to pour it out. She thought love meant sharing water with every thirsty mouth. Fresh vision in her spirit, fresh fire in her hands. She could see what people needed before they could understand. Where she had overflow, she brought rivers to the dry. Gave them thought, gave them money, gave them pieces of a sky. She wanted them to rise up, feel the blessing, catch the flame. But not every hand that reaches knows how to honor what it claims. Some came jealous of the water, some came angry at the spring. Some received the gift she carried and forgot to give a thing. Then the drum spoke through the silence and the ground began to crack. The law rose from the deep place: what drinks must pour back. Don't drink from the well if you won't pour back. Don't reach for the blessing if you won't honor that. Overflow has order, love has a law. What you keep taking from one day won't pour. Don't drink from the well if you won't pour back. The drought did not start with me, it started where you lack. Pour back, pour back. That is the law. Give clean, move right. That is the law. Pour back, pour back, pour back, pour back, pour back. Honor the flow. Pour back, take too much. The river said no. She was not asking for payment, she was asking to be seen as a woman, not a fountain, as a soul, not just a stream. Where she needed covering, they did not bring a cloth. Where she needed lifting, they looked away and walked. Where she needed gentleness, they came back with more need. Where she needed oxygen, they asked her how to breathe. And every broken exchange left a drought inside her chest, till the well that once ran golden started begging for its rest. Reciprocity is holy, exchange is not a game. What keeps taken from the altar cannot keep calling love by name. Then the drum spoke through the silence and the ground began to crack. A law rose from the deep place: what drinks must pour back. Don't drink from the well if you won't pour back. Don't reach for the blessing if you won't honor that. Overflow has order, love has a law. What you keep taking from one day won't pour. Don't drink from the well if you won't pour back. The drought did not start with me, it started where you lack. Let the rhythm hit the lack now. Let the drums correct the scale. Let the bass shake every hand that drank and left her pale. No more pouring into envy, no more feeding jealous eyes, no more giving sacred water where the spirit is despised. Favor has a rhythm and blessing has a gate. What you refuse to give back, you teach the world to take. Where she has, she may pour. Where they have, they must bring. One brings water, one brings fire, one brings covering, one brings spring. That is how the circle lives. That is how the garden grows. That is how the drought is broken. That is how the river flows. Don't drink from the well if you won't pour back. Don't reach for the blessing if you won't honor
overflow is sacred. Your blessing is not public property. Creator may pour into you, but that does not mean everyone gets unlimited access. Love has order. Exchange has law. From now on, the water moves with the wisdom. What drinks must pour back. Chapter 6. Rejection lives in the body. For the woman whose body has learned to expect rejection, pause and check in. Before you read, notice where you are on the emotional scale today. You do not need to change it. You only need to meet it honestly. State, what I most need. What this looks like in real life. A woman shaped by rejection may become highly sensitive to tone, distance, silence, hesitation, inconsistency, dismissal, lack of enthusiasm, delayed responses, emotional coldness, or subtle changes in closeness. She may brace for abandonment even in ordinary moments. She may assume she is unwanted before anyone says so. She may feel physically anxious when asking for help, expressing a need, setting a boundary, sharing joy, or taking up space. Sometimes rejection makes a woman people please. Sometimes it makes her pull away first. Sometimes it makes her stop asking altogether. The pattern varies, but the body burden is similar. A constant effort to avoid the pain of not being chosen, not being wanted, not being enough, or not being loved in the way she needs. What is happening internally? When rejection happens repeatedly, the nervous system may begin coding it as threat. The body does not only remember specific incidents, it remembers the feeling state attached to them. The shock, the shame, the collapse, the panic, the ache over time. The system may start anticipating rejection even where it is not clearly. Present fear becomes embodied expectation. This is why rejection wounds can feel so confusing. A woman may know logically that not every silence is abandonment, or every disagreement is dismissal. But her body may still react as though it is. The deeper pain underneath it is often, I am not enough. I am unwanted. I am unlovable. I will be left. I will not be chosen. The breakthrough. The first breakthrough is learning to tell the difference between current reality and embodied fear. That does not mean dismissing your instincts. It means becoming more skilled in reading your body with honesty. The second breakthrough is understanding that the body is not betraying you. It is communicating. Your body may be carrying stories your mind has tried to outrun. It may be asking for safety, slowness, witness, and repair. This chapter offers the shift from shame to embodied truth, from fear-driven reaction to body-based awareness, and from misreading your signals to listening more accurately and responding with care. Reflection questions. How does rejection show up in my body? What situations trigger fear of being unwanted or unloved? What stories do I tell myself when I feel rejected? How much of my life has been shaped by avoiding rejection? What does my body need when rejection fear gets activated? Self-holding practice. Pause and do a body scan. Notice your jaw, chest, stomach, shoulders, throat, and pelvis. Ask, Where is rejection living in me right now? Say, my body learned this for a reason. I do not have to shame its fear. I can listen, slow down, and bring truth back in. Place your hand where you feel the most constriction, and breathe there, gently, closing passage. The body remembers what the heart has not finished grieving. And if rejection has lived in you for a long time, healing may not begin with forcing yourself to be less affected. It may begin with becoming more tender toward the places where your body still expects pain. Because fear does not leave through criticism. It leaves through truth, safety, and repair.
This chapter is for the woman whose body remembered rejection before her mind could explain it. The chest tightening, the stomach dropping, the jaw locking, the throat closing. The urge to chase, the need to prove, the shame that came running when someone looked away. But rejection does not get to live here forever. Not in the breath, not in the blood, not in the body, 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 body. She felt it in her stomach before the words were even said. A silence turned to thunder, a door closed in her head. One unanswered message, one face that pulled away, and suddenly her whole body was back in yesterday. She started overthinking, started shaking in her skin, started asking no ghost what was wrong with her again. But the wound was not the woman and the leaving was not law. It was only an old memory trying to become God. Then the drums came through her ribcage, and the bass dropped in her chest. Something sacred rose up saying, this is where it leaves the flesh. Out my body, out my chest, out the places that forgot how to rest. Out my breathing, out my name. You were only rejection, you were never my shame. Out my body, out my bones. The skin is not a house, so what could not come home. No more chasing, no more proof. Out my body, I release you. Out my chest, out my throat, out my blood, let it go. Out my hips, out my hands, out my breath, break the band. Out my chest, out my throat, out my blood, let it go. The body knows, the body knows. She mistook the ache for warning, mistook distance for a threat, mistook somebody's absence for a verdict she should get. So she reached past her dignity, tried to soften every no, tried to earn a place in people who were never built like home. But rejection is a shadow, it can only bubble skin. It can only feel eternal when nobody lets it in. So the rhythm came to move it from the places it has stayed. And the woman stopped confusing, being left for being made. And the drums came through her ribcage, and the bass dropped in her chest. Something sacred rose up saying, this is where it leaves the flesh. Out my body, out my chest, out the places that forgot how to rest. Out my breathing, out my name. You were only rejection, you were never my shame. Out my body, out my bones. The skin is not a house, for what could not come home. No more chasing, no more proof. Out my body, I release you. Let the rhythm shake the shame loose. Let the drums unlock the jaw. Let the bass move through the places where rejection became law. Out of the stomach, out of the spine, out of the memory that stole a shine. Out of the reaching, out of the plea, out of the question, why not me? The body is not a prison, the body is not a past. The body can release now what was never meant to last. What left her did not name her, what missed her could not claim her, what broke up made direction, what walked out lost
understand. Rejection is not your identity. It was a feeling. It was a memory. It was a body response. But it does not get to become your name. The breath can open, the jaw can soften, the stomach can settle, the body can return what did not choose you. Does not get to live inside you. Out my body, I release you. Chapter 7. Mothering the Self. For the woman becoming a mother while still learning how to mother herself. Pause and check in. Before you read, notice where you are on the emotional scale today. You do not need to change it. You only need to meet it honestly. State, what I most need. Opening truth. There is a particular ache in becoming a mother while still caring. The wounds of not having been fully mothered yourself postpartum can bring love, awe, and tenderness. It can also bring exposure. It can uncover how vulnerable you are, how much support you need, how deeply you want to be held, and how painful it is when the care around you is present in form, but not fully nourishing in spirit. The woman may find herself caring for a new life, or realizing how many places within her still feel abandoned. And that can be one of the most sacred and heartbreaking confrontations of all. What this looks like in real life. Mothering the self can look like learning how to comfort yourself while caring for a baby. It can look like navigating postpartum, loneliness, emotional sensitivity, sleep deprivation, hormonal shifts, family disappointment, and support that does not quite land the way you hoped it would. A woman may have people around her and still feel alone. She may receive help that feels complicated, critical, intrusive, emotionally confusing, or lacking the tenderness she needed. She may feel grateful and hurt at the same time. This season can create compassion and sorrow side by side. A new mother may also realize she can no longer wait passively for someone to know what she needs. She may need to advocate, regulate, nourish, protect, grieve, and tend herself more consciously 50 than ever before. What is happening internally? Postpartum is not only a physical recovery, it is an identity crossing, a nervous system event, a relational mirror, and often a spiritual unveiling. A woman in this season may feel more tender, more raw, more open, more exhausted, and more easily wounded. What once stayed buried may rise to the surface if her own mother wound is unresolved. Postpartum may intensify it. She may feel abandoned, unseen, or emotionally unmet in new ways. She may also begin understanding more deeply that her mother likely carried wounds too internally. She may be doing two things at once, becoming a mother and re-meeting the child in herself. There may also be grief over the kind of support she thought would come naturally and did not. The postpartum period often strips away fantasy. The breakthrough. The first breakthrough is recognizing that postpartum loneliness and abandonment are real forms of pain. They do not need to be minimized simply because a baby is beautiful or because some help is present. The second breakthrough is learning that self-mothering is not a rejection of your need for support. It is a sacred response to the reality that some of your needs must now be consciously tended, named, protected, and nurtured by you as well. This chapter offers the shift from abandonment into strength with compassion. It makes room for grief, but it also introduces a new kind of inner leadership. It also creates the possibility of lineage change when a woman begins consciously tending to herself in postpartum. She may also be interrupting a pattern that has traveled through generations of unsupported women. Reflection, questions 51. What did postpartum reveal to me about my own unmet needs? What kinds of support helped me? And what kinds hurt more than helped? Where did I feel abandoned in motherhood? What has becoming a mother shown me about my mother wound? What does mothering myself mean in this season? Self-holding practice. Place one hand on your heart and one on your womb, belly, or lower body. Still. Say, I honor the mother I am becoming. I honor the parts of me that need mothering. My pain matters. My tenderness matters. I can meet myself here with truth and compassion. Then right, the mother in me needs, the child in me needs. Closing passage. There's deep courage in becoming the kind of presence for yourself that you once needed from someone else. Not because you were meant to do it alone, but because life has asked you in this season to grow a new kind of tenderness inside yourself. And sometimes that is where lineage begins to change.
This chapter is for the daughter who waited for a mother who did not know how to hold her. Not because the hurt was imaginary. It was real. The fear was real. The anger was real. The little girl had every right to wonder why love felt unsafe. But one day, the daughter looked at her mother and saw another daughter. A woman who had also been wounded. A woman missing tools. A woman carrying a mother wound she never learned how to name. And now the question becomes, what happens to the children if nobody heals the daughter line? She kept the little girl hidden behind the grown woman's face, still waiting for a softer voice, still reaching for a safer place. She remembered every sharp word, every silence, every bruise, every time she needed comfort and got confusion in the room. So she built a case from childhood, kept the evidence inside. Every ache became a witness, every tear testified. But behind her mother's anger, there was another child in pain. The daughter of a daughter who was never held the same. And the truth came slow, but it came to set her free. Her mother was not healed enough to be who she needed her to be. Somebody has to heal the daughter line. Somebody has to stop the wound in time. Somebody has to hold the girl inside before the pain becomes the children's life. She can be hurt and still be holy. She can be angry and still be free. She can love her mother from the truth now without becoming what she received. Somebody has to heal the daughter line, and maybe that somebody is me. She stopped making mother monsters, stopped making mother saints. Saw the woman under both things, still tangled in her pain. That did not excuse the damage, that did not erase the years, that did not make the child run for needing what was never there. But healing gave her vision wide enough to understand. Some mothers raise their daughters with the wound inside their hands. Now she holds her own child closer with the softness she once craved. Learning love can be a shelter, not a debt that must be paid. And the truth came deep, but it came to change the sea. Her children need a mother who is not ruled by what she needs. Somebody has to heal the daughter line. Somebody has to stop the wound in time. Somebody has to hold the girl inside before the pain becomes the children's life. She can be hurt and still be holy. She can be angry and still be free. She can love her mother from the truth now without becoming what she receives. Somebody has to heal the daughter line, and maybe that somebody is me. For the grandmother who never softened, for the mother who never knew, for the daughter who kept breaking, trying not to break them too. For the babies in the bedroom, for the children yet to come, for the little girl still waiting, for the woman she becomes. No more feeding babies fear, no more nursing them with shame, no more making children carry what the grown could never name. No more serving from resentment when her mother needs a hand. No more care that tastes like anger, no more love that feels like shame. She can help without collapsing, she can give and still stay whole. She can honor without shrinking, she can serve from her own soul. This is not forgetting, this is not pretending. This is the place where old pain finally stops descending. Somebody has to heal the daughter line. Somebody has to stop the wound in time. To stop the wound in time. Somebody has to stop the wound. Somebody has to hold the girl inside before the pain becomes the children's life. She can be hurt and still be holy. She can be angry and still be free. She can love her mother from the truth now without becoming what she received. Somebody has to heal the daughter line, and maybe that somebody is me. The wound stops here, the shame stops here, the fear stops here, the change stops here. The girl comes home, the mother gets free, the child gets love, a new legacy. The wound stops here, the shame stops here, the fear stops here, the change stops here. The daughter line breathes through me. Let this land. The little girl was not wrong for needing a softer mother. The mother was not healed enough to give what she had never received. Both things can be true. And now the grown daughter does not have to mother herself from bitterness. She does not have to raise her children from the wound. She does not have to care for her mother from resentment. She can tell the truth. She can keep her boundaries. She can love from wisdom. She can become the place where the pain stops traveling. The daughter line does not end in damage. It changes here.
Chapter 8. Softness after survival. For the woman ready to live with less armor and more truth, pause and check in. Before you read, notice where you are on the emotional scale today. You do not need to change it. You only need to meet it honestly. State, what I most need. What this looks like in real life. Softness after survival may look like responding differently than you're used to. It may look like pausing before reacting, speaking with more clarity, asking for what you need sooner, resting without as much guilt, crying without shame, saying no without rage, or choosing not to return to the same emotional battles that once defined your days. It may also look like grief. A woman may mourn the version of herself that survived so fiercely. She may feel disoriented without her old defenses. This chapter is not about becoming passive or weak. It is about learning how to live from a new foundation, one built on understanding, boundaries, discernment, self-respect, restoration, and truth. What is happening internally? Internally, this stage is often about reorganization. The woman is no longer only trying to survive pain. She is trying to build a different relationship with herself. That means her body, mind, and spirit are learning new patterns. She may feel tension between old and new ways of being, the old impulse to harden and the new desire to soften, the old need to control and the new desire to trust. This can be uncomfortable. Forgiveness may arise. Letting go may arise. Commitment to renewing the self may arise. And all of it can stir grief, because the patterns being released once had a purpose. The pain named here is not only the past, it is also the pain of transition, the ache of no longer wanting to live the old way, even while still feeling its pull. The breakthrough. The breakthrough is realizing that softness is not the opposite of strength. It is what strength becomes when it is no longer ruled by fear. Softness after survival means I do not have to armor myself to be real. I do not have to stay angry to stay powerful. I do not have to stay hard to stay protected. I can build a life from truth instead of constant defense. This chapter offers the shift from survival identity into chosen renewal. It invites forgiveness where possible, release where necessary, and commitment to becoming someone who no longer abandons herself in order to cope. Freedom here is not perfection. It is permission. Permission to be gentler, clearer, truer, more rested, and more whole. Reflection. Questions. What survival patterns am I ready to release? What part of me is afraid of softness? What did hardness protect me from? What am I grieving as I let old versions of myself go? What would it mean to become soft without becoming unsafe? Self-holding practice. The version of me I am releasing carried, then right. The version of me I am becoming values. Place your hand on your heart and say, I thank the self that survived I. Welcome the self that is renewing. I am allowed to soften. I am allowed to live differently now. Closing passage. 56. There is a holy kind of freedom that comes when a woman no longer needs her wounds to organize her life. Softness after survival is not weakness. It is what becomes possible when the body is no longer asked to live in constant defense. And maybe that is what healing has been reaching for all along. Not a perfect life, but a softer way to live the one you have. Closing note. If you have made it this far, then something in you has already been willing to tell the truth. Healing does not begin because everything is fixed. It begins because something inside you becomes honest enough to say, this hurt me, this shaped me, and I do not want to keep living inside the same pain without language, without care, and without change. This book was never meant to be a one-time reading. It was meant to be a companion for the woman, learning how to understand herself more deeply, speak to herself more gently, and stop confusing survival with wholeness. You are not weak for needing to be held. You are not wrong for being affected by what you lived through, and you are not too late to build a different relationship with yourself now. May this book help you name what hurt, grieve what was missing, and soften toward the parts of you that have been trying to survive for a very long time. About the author Janessa. Rose Perez is a writer, visionary, and healing-centered program builder whose work explores the inner lives of women navigating heartbreak, rejection, motherhood, emotional overwhelm, and the ache of being unheld. She is also the creator of the Village Retreat, an evolving healing and restoration ecosystem designed to support women through emotional wellness, inner world reflection, maternal healing, and community-based restoration.
This chapter is for the woman who survived so much. Her body forgot the war was over. The one who stayed ready, the one who stayed guarded, the one who called armor wisdom because softness once felt unsafe. But survival was a season. It protected her when peace had no address. Now the door is open. The breath is waiting. The war is not her home. She learned to sleep with one eye open, learned to smile with her guard up high, learned to hear danger in silence, learned to search every soft thing for a lie. She carried storms in her shoulders, kept old fires in her hands, built a fortress out of heartbreak, then wonder why love could not land. But somewhere under all that armor, a softer life still knew her name. A woman made for open windows, not just surviving flame. Then the ground got quiet under her, like mercy in the room, and something in her body whispered, you do not have to brace for doom. The war is not my home. She thought peace would make her careless, thought rest would make her weak, thought if she stopped preparing, something painful would repeat. But peace came like a sunrise, not loud, but staying near. Touched the places she kept hidden and did not disappear. Now she lets the good things find her, lets the gentle enter in, lets her nervous system learn love does not have to come with sin. She can receive without suspicion, she can rest without regret, she can let the softer life be something she accepts. Then the ground got quiet under her, like mercy in the room, and something in her body whispered, you do not have to brace for doom. The war is not my home. I lay the armor down, I made it through the fire, but I don't live there now. The war is not my home. Let the old alarms go still, I can be soft and still be powerful, I can be safe and still be real. Oh no, no more sleeping with the sword, no more loving from the door. The war is not my home, I am not fighting anymore. For every night she had to harden, For every room she had to scan, for every time she saved herself with trembling in her hands, for every dream she put away to make it through the storm, for every soft part of her spirit that waited to be born. Let the armor hit the floor now, let the old life lose its claim, let the woman leave the battlefield without apologizing for her name. She is not the panic, she is not the past, she is not the weapon she became to last. She is the garden after smoke, she is the morning after broke, she is the body learning trust, she is the role rising from dust. The war taught us survival, but peace will teach us all how to live without shrinking, how to receive and still stay whole. The war is not my home, I lay the armor down, I made it through the fire, but I don't live there now. The war is not my home, let the old alarms go still, I can be soft and still be powerful, I can be safe and still be real. No, no, no more sleeping with the sword, no more loving from the door. The war is not my home, I am not fighting anymore. Lay it down, let it fall, open hands, open wall, breathe it in, let it go. Softness lives after survival. Lay it down, let it fall, open hands, open wall. The war is done, come home, let this land. The armor was not wrong, it kept you alive when softness had nowhere safe to go. But you were allowed to outgrow protection that now feels like a prison. You are allowed to rest, you are allowed to receive, you are allowed to be loved gently without searching for the threat. Survival got you here, softness will take you further. The war is not your home, come home. Take a breath, you made it here. Through the pages, through the music, through the memories, through the places inside you that needed language, rhythm, and room. That is not a small thing. It takes courage to sit with what has been unspoken. It takes strength to stop running from yourself. It takes tenderness to return to the parts of you that were left alone for too long. And you did that. You showed up. Maybe this journey touched the part of you that felt alone in crowded rooms. Maybe it met the part of you that kept trying to escape until you realized the way out was through. Maybe it held the part of you that was told she was too much, when really, she was just unheld. Maybe it spoke to the fire in you, the anger, the dragon, the protector, the soft princess underneath, who was never truly gone. Maybe it reminded you that your well is sacred, that love has order, that what drinks from you must know how to pour back. Maybe it helped rejection leave the body, the chest, the throat, the breath, the places where old hurt tried to become your name. Maybe it brought you back to the little girl, the daughter, the mother wound, the children, the lineage, the place where pain could stop traveling. Maybe it helped you lay something down, the armor, the old alarms, the belief that the war still has to be your home. Wherever this met you, honor yourself. Healing does not always look loud.
Sometimes it looks like one honest tear, one deeper breath, one softer thought, one boundary that finally gets respected. One moment where the body realizes it does not have to brace so hard anymore. Healing looks good on you. Not because you are perfect, not because nothing hurts, but because you are choosing to meet yourself with more truth than shame, more softness than punishment, more wisdom than survival, more love than before. As you leave this playlist, do not leave yourself. Carry the messages gently. Return to the chapters when life touches the wound again. Return to the songs when your body needs another way to process, release, and remember. You can replay this journey as many times as you need. Not because you are going backward, but because healing moves in layers. Every time you return, you may hear something new. Every time you listen, some part of you may soften more. Every time you choose yourself, the old pattern loses a little more power. So let this be your closing blessing. May your breath come home. May your body feel safe. May your heart remember that it was never too much. May your anger become wisdom. May your well be protected. May rejection lose its grip. May the dotted line heal through you. May softness find you after everything you survived. And may you never forget, you are not the wound, you are not the war, you are not the silence that surrounded your pain. You are the woman who walked through, the woman who made room, the woman who let the fire tell the truth, the woman who learned the law of her own will, the woman who called her body back, the woman who chose to mother herself with a love that can reach forward and backward at the same time. The woman who survived, yes, but also the woman who is allowed to live softly now. Thank you for taking this journey. Thank you for honoring this work. Thank you for letting the book and the music meet you where you are. May you leave this moment not finished, but freer, not fixed, but held, not empty, but returning. Take one more breath. Place your hand wherever your body asks for comfort. And remember, you can come back here whenever you need to be reminded. The journey holds you now.